situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Cincinnati Bengals. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Burrow looking to pass. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Wilson. Able to find Lazard. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They run the counter. It's Carson, and that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. That catch good for only a couple. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. That's complete to the tight end, Hopkins. And he is going to have the Jets first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. On 1st down, Wilson. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's got this to the tight end, Hopkins. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Tucker McCann now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Burrow. He's going to air one out. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears weren't realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton, and he will bring it back. McPherson now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Makes the score. Bengals 21, Jets 7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
From the 27, Wilson, and that'll be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The Jets on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, or you rush coming, and he's taken down. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker, because watching the lineman, It seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll run on first down. Carson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And you get a look at the final readout on air distance, according to Next Gen Stats. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try the left side. It's Carson, and his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
At the 10-yard line.
Here's Wilson. Got an open man to the right. That's Wesco. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a small touchdown. That's caught at the 1. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Open man is Denzel Mims. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Wilson on first down. That's complete to Lazard. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. They run it with Carson. And room there to work it inside the 25. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. McCann's kick up and good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Second and 8. Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On third down, Wilson. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 31-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. On first down, Carson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Now it's Wilson. Room to run past midfield. And he's got room. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor it. He shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rolling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now it's Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. From midfield now, Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. He finds some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man. It's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. And it's caught. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play action. Now Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
DJ Reader there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. Now Carson fumbles the football, but I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Here we go.
Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You take in charge.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Mixon with a first down carry. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. But probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
Here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Throwing on second and long. Burrow. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. McPherson's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Watch time. Time is well. Watch time. Time out.
From the gun, it's Wilson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Pushing through the contact. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 67 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's second and 2. Here's Carson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Oh, now Hopkins slow to get up here. We'll check on his status when we get back. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. And this is caught. He hits more. And the Jets are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw, got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Chris Carson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and go. We are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams are all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mills used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Wilson so complete there to Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And 22 more yards there and another first down. Now Wilson. And this is incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here. Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Throwing, Burrow. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
58 yards. First down, Cincinnati.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. To throw, Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Bengals are going to get out of here with a W. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was